Yes, I just watched episode 4. And again, really strong episode. Really interesting. And in this episode, we get 4 new people. Um, Still the same slight issues as previous episodes. Everyone's got nicknames like Python, Panther. I just think it'd be better without any of them, to be honest. Um, some people have noticed that the players themselves not very reflective of your standard tournament or chess club. When they've classed this, they've really tried to get like a real range of people, really like diverse set of people. Some people have said, if you go into a local chess club, you'll probably see like 0 women, maybe like 20 men, and 19 of them will be white males over the age of 50, that sort of thing. Which is fairly standard. I see at most tournaments. Personally, I don't mind this at all because I think there is growing diverse set of chess players now. The episode starts off like every episode with a recap. Doesn't really bring anything to the table, so it's kind of a bit boring. Wish you wouldn't do that. In one line, they say got 6 new contestants competing for the final. But would it have been anything wrong with the traditional way of just introducing each contestant? I was wondering, I was expecting them to do like, this is, I don't know, Nessie, or this is Kel, this is Dima, and maybe just doing like a introduction backstory. The truth is, they didn't actually bother to do that. So they just like, in one line, we're told 6 new contestants, and then they're brought straight there to chat with David Howell, and they get kind of like a long-winded speech from one of the coaches about how he's really excited to see what they can do. That being said, at this point, we didn't really know who any of the 6 contestants are. It was kind of hard to get invested. So the first challenge was just a one-on-one speed chess with, I presume, random pairings. And actually, I thought this was the best part of the entire episode because I've said before, the production quality is really strong in this in the entire series, really. And they've got some nice interviews with the players as they play. They all seem really interesting people, so it's actually quite fun to watch them play. But definitely the best part of the episode for me. It's the next like 5-6 minutes where they're just playing blitz chess against each other. Really, it's kind of hard to tell how strong the players are at the moment. Because obviously we don't really see too much of the actual chess. I noticed the episode really heavily featured Kel. He also made a couple of outbursts, which wouldn't happen in a real chess tournament. Some were quite funny. So you can see why they like him. They put a lot of effort into promoting him. So the 3 winners went up to the balcony of dreams. No real explanation yet to why it's so special, but okay. So then we get to probably the weakest part of the episode, I'd say, where we get another puzzle, but it's every episode they seem to have a puzzle in the middle. But this one isn't as good as last week's one. It's sort of like a rook thing where you just have to capture all the pawns in a limited amount of time. And yeah, I wasn't too big a fan of it. Maybe for some people it could be interesting. I didn't think it was too complicated. I was surprised none of the 3, so the 3 losers did the challenge with the idea that the one who won it would escape an elimination match. Yeah, none of them could solve it, so they sort of said they sort of made up a way to decide who's won it. So we got to an elimination match. So the elimination match, similar format to most weeks. This time it was just normal chess, not Fisher Random. And I was kind of rooting for Nessie in this game, but yeah, It was an interesting game. Could have gone either way. It seemed a really relatively high quality game. Actually, I was surprised. Um, yeah, it was quite an enjoyable game to watch. I thought the analytics by David Howe was much better than last week's. Unfortunately, the player I was rooting for lost. But what can you do? So overall, I actually thought it was again a strong episode, probably about 9 out of 10. I still think you have to get used to the fact that the flaws we saw in episode 1 and 2 are still kind of happening. They're still doing a really convoluted intro at the start. They're still calling them, like in the elimination match, they were calling them Python v Panther. I just really, I don't know who that appeals to because it can't be too young an audience because we talk about what time this show airs. It's like 8 p.m., so it's not for very young people. Um, yeah, overall, strong episode. Nice to see new contestants. Hopeful for the next episode, episode 5. Cheers.